live on Monday because I was tired. It was a great week. I was feeling good, but I just didn't have it in me. I didn't really feel like talking, even though I felt great. Like I went on like a nice little TikTok rant and feeling good, feeling great, and all that good stuff. But I just didn't have it in me to go live and make them and try to fight capitalism's evil grip. So I'm just gonna do a quick little something to keep the momentum, the growth. Keep honing the skills. I don't really have much. I know there's a lot I could talk about. Jesse Jackson died. The foot. So Jesse Jackson passed away today, and I was extremely shocked. I was driving, and I'm like, "What? Jesse Jackson died? What the hell?" So it's just terrible. It's just crazy. I don't know, but and also today is Lunar New Year, the year of the fire horse, baby. So all of my Aquarius sisters, oh no, all of my millennials who were born in 1986, honey, we're in the year of the Charlie horse, not just year of the fire horse. So we need to make something shake. So make sure to wear some red, even though you're not supposed to wear black apparently. But I'm just a little tired. I'm just tired. It's been a long day. I've been up since 6 a.m. Got a little workout with one of my favorite ladies. Her name is Corian Love with Love Fitness. She's amazing and very gentle. And that's what the world needs now is to be a little bit more gentle to ourselves. So I was scrolling to post the TikTok and I saw that those I'm trying to think of a good not euphemism, a good word besides dice. So obviously. So I was thinking about those. I was thinking about something like Mr. Freeze's. I don't know, something. Yeah, I could tell I'm out of it. I'm not trying to phone it in. I want to give quality, but I just read that a black woman was killed by ICE on Monday. She was, let's see,
ICE had essentially been racially profiling,
an
shocking a
elementary
nobody, and
school
chasing a
teacher.
Latino driver in a very, very violent manner.
Oh God,
He
in
then
a car
crashed
crash.
into Linda Davis's car, and
Oh my
she was
goodness,
taken to
man.
the hospital and subsequently died. The local police in the area explicitly said that
Mm.
if they had been involved, which they were not involved, they would have gone after the target in a calm manner, in a way that did not endanger the people around them, which I think is a pretty damning commentary to make as a police department, considering how most police departments across this country are completely behind ICE in their actions and standing behind them. It's nice
Yuck.
at least seeing some kind of criticism. In fact, they even said that local police, local law enforcement in Chatham County, the county where this occurred, have very restrictive chase policies. So if it had been trained officers.
Anyway, I don't really want to hear much about the police and ICE because they're just kind of like right now the same wing on a bird or whatever, or the same coin, just a different side. This is all the same thing. And her name was Dr. Linda Davis. A beloved Savannah teacher lost her life this morning in a crash connected to federal immigration enforcement. A family is grieving. Students at Hess K through 8 are grieving. Our entire city is grieving. Before politics, before policy debates, we say her name. Dr. Davis was an educator, a mentor, a mother, and a pillar of the community. She poured into our children every single day. Her life mattered far beyond news cycles. And she was so pretty. Oh. And this is the state of the world that we're in right now. And it's really scary. And I was talking to some friends today, and I'm like, man, I really want to throw my ass in the circle this year. And I'm still going to try. But it's still just sad because people are being unalived for no reason, for no good reason. And also, I know the little trick I can say with this, the EpiPen, those EpiPens are out. It's like over like 5 million, like 3 million of them, and they say that Orange Julius or Tangerine Dream is in there over like 35,000 times, more times than Jesus is said in the Bible, more times as more times than Harry Potter's name is said in the Harry Potter books, 7 of them. And they say now, like, actually, it's over 1 million times. This man is listed in the Epstein files over 1 million times. Where's the outrage, people? When the party starting? When we start, like, why hasn't he been impeached yet? Like, you remember, I don't know if anybody remembers this, as a person of a certain age, me, who was 40, I remember, like, some of the first things I learned about the judicial system is that if you are an accessory to a crime, you usually get more time than the person who actually committed the crime. So, if he knew about it, like, why? You ain't being talked about 1 million times. Like, after all those files, like, it's just so weird, and I'm not gonna go too much into it because I still have a livelihood to protect, and but I still stand by speaking up and speaking out while we still can, especially because that is our First Amendment right as an American. It's our First Amendment right. It's the first mother trucking amendment of the Constitution. So I'm gonna yap, honey. I'm gonna yap, 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 you. So it's just really hard out here. Also, have y'all been watching the Olympics? Usually, I love the Olympics. It's like my favorite time. I always want to go see the Olympics. I used to want to be like an Olympic speaker, even the winter. Like I wanted to be an Olympics, not wanted to be. I thought about like maybe I could be an Olympic speed skater because I used to love skating. I even bought me some skates. Honey, the idea and the possibility of falling is strong and scary. But I still, and now that we have there's so many black women. There's 9 African American um, Olympic athletes, but I ain't watched nary a episode of Olympics. I ain't even watching. I'm sorry, I'm pulling my hair. I guess it's like my little nervous tick right now, and I hate knots. But anyway, I ain't watched it. I haven't really felt as patriotic as I usually do. Sorry, I'm being real weird right now. I'm also very tired. But this is how I usually come on. Oh, this is a cute way to hold it. But yeah, it's a scary time. But I don't feel overly patriotic. I don't feel overly excited. And it's sad, to see our country like this. Even though, like, niggas, we've been known the country was like this. But, it's still just nice to have a little hope that we will do better because we should. We know better. But people are opting to not. And it's just really rough. Like, I really want to stay on here a little longer and yap, but it's hard. Jesse Jackson died. That was a shock. I was really shocked because like he's been around my whole life. My nigga old. My daddy may have seen him in Memphis when he was marching in the I Am a Man rallies, marches, and protests. And my mom was a protester. I asked her, did you get out there? She said, girl, no. I said, you know what? Not everybody's able. It wasn't her ministry, but I'm pretty sure she definitely helped in one way or another. There's just so much going on, but I just wanted to keep a promise to myself again. I uploaded an episode from last week. I realized I didn't upload it, so my bad. But I did go live last week. But then I have another episode this week. So you're going to get 2 episodes. and I guess I call this the Lunar New Year update. A little 10 minute, little 10 minute yap session, maybe a little bit more. Um, I had a really good week. We'll talk about me instead of the world. I had a really good week. I'm 40. I didn't turn 40 this week, but I feel like there's a settling in my body, in my mind, and it could be hormonal. Cause honey, anytime I'm about to come on and go off my period, it's just up and down, love affair. Next week I'll probably be back in the grips of my couch, but right now I am in the grips of joy and gratitude, um, veneration of my elders, veneration of my ancestors. It's getting closer to the March when my mom passed away, so I'm trying to prepare my mind and body for that. Because even though I have the book, I've never read it, but I do believe the body keeps the score, honey. Um, Even if you're not cognitively thinking about it, it's your body was like. I remember in this around the same time, I felt really bad. I remember when my mom died. Um, I went to my room. I drank a lukewarm beer to the head. Drank it, drank it, drank it, drank it. And I got sick to my stomach and I threw up. Obviously, when your mom passes and you spent like 2 days by her bedside and sitting and just watching her, take some last breaths of her life. I don't know, I talk about her all the time. I talk about this moment all the time because it really just, it, it broke my heart, but it also was like, I knew you, my girl. When I came home, like they called me and they were telling me like it's time, and I drove to Memphis. The next day, my friends came over. They sat with me and I just talked and just like I don't know y'all, and they just there for me. And I remember just driving home. I go hug my brother, and I go straight to her bed, and I said, "Hey, baby girl," and she opened her eyes and smiled at me. She hated when I called her baby girl. That's why I made sure to say baby girl. And my brother, I think he was a little jealous because he was her caregiver for the last 5 years, and that was her best friend. They were each other's best friends. And he said she ain't said nothing in a couple days. I said, well, maybe she said all she needed to say to you. It's my turn. Bitch, a little asshole. But I was just thankful that her little cute face just looked up at me and she's like, and she just smiled. Yeah. God, the world is really weird. Like I still feel good. I'm just physically tired. Been up since 6 a.m. Did a great workout. Went up and talked to my bosses and my main goal because what happened at work? I had a not a really issue situation. It's just it came to a point where I'm like I'm tired of y'all motherfuckers disrespecting me. Like, and it's like there's a way and there's a in the world as a black person, as a black woman, we know everything is about race, even though the people who push a little bit of their antiquated ideas will not agree. They will never agree to it because you got motherfuckers now. Like, I'm not racist. Yes, you are. You're racist. Just deal with it, because that's one thing as in the country we have not really dealt with the racism of our country, the patriarchy, the white supremacy, all those, the xenophobia, Zionism, all the things that are meant to pigeonhole people into these spaces, and it, and the people. I get tired of just talking about white people, but white people, y'all the problem. I'm sorry, y'all the problem because y'all voted for this. You voted for this, and I'm just like, and then also Hispanics and Asians, y'all did too. Y'all disproportionately voted for this asshole over a black woman who was extremely qualified. because y'all didn't want to lose your whatever you have. Like, you really don't even have that much, honestly. You just have whiteness, your skin. Because if y'all were really at the top level of the hierarchy, y'all wouldn't be looking to this obvious person who is just wasting away in front of our eyes. Like, y'all talked about the you talked about Robinette, honey. And Robinette is still hanging in there. I haven't seen him much because I know he had cancer, and I think he still does, or he might be in remission. But y'all chose a actively dementia ridden person to run the country. Not once or twice. And like and like did y'all really forget what happened? What 2026, 17 was like? The Muslim bans, the child separation, and y'all always be like, Obama, like Obama deported millions of people. But apparently I didn't know this. It was like over 90% of it was like actual criminals. Well, maybe 70. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to look up the stats, y'all. It's too late. I'm not finna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it for the vine. I'm not gonna do it this time. I'm not gonna do it for wine. I'm just going to put it out there. And you have to be, the bearer of the decision to actually search and educate yourselves on that. But they're actively like slave patrolling the streets, catching anybody that's browner than the paper, like lighter than my skin, but not in late, not anymore because they're going after Somalis and Haitians, which I was waiting for. We black folks were like, they're gonna come after you. I said, when have they not come after us, honey? We're just chilling, honey, until y'all start finding a way to get people who are black and brown, and y'all can't even tell Asians apart. Y'all can't tell Mexicans from Venezuelans. You can't tell nobody apart. So it's obviously a scheme that Todd set up to hoodwink and bamboozle, and yeah, literally like, what is the point? Like, I don't, because now that we know that it's our world is we always known it, with trafficking and all this stuff, that we are dealing with issues of SA trafficking. They literally did, and somebody actually, I didn't even equate this until I heard it on the TikTok or the Instagrams, is that what they did in the EpiPens, with all those EpiPens, is what they did during slavery time on plantations. Like, I always equate America to like a giant plantation anyway, because capitalism is nothing but we are the capital. Y'all just had to finally pay us, and then y'all ain't paying us enough to keep pushing this forward. And then a cabal of billionaires are doing disgusting things. I don't see the Obamas in there. I'm not seeing a lot of black and brown people in there. I'm seeing a lot of y'all 8 by 11, sonny. Y'all need to talk to y'all people. What the fuck? What's going on? But again, more people, the more that we educate ourselves, we learn that slavery had a lot of foul things going on, which everybody knew. But y'all still like to try to be like, but was slavery really that big? Y'all had jobs and stuff. And I'm like, I have to remember one of the things I saw on, again, TikTok. Honey, I've gotten decolonized. Not, I am radicalized by basic human decency, but I know I definitely started decolonization of my mind in 2016 when people were like, yeah, rah rah, sis boom ba, orange tangerine dream. Um, who was outwardly racist to Obama, racist to Central Park the exonerated Central Park Five black boys and called for their murder. Like his daddy trifling. Like he ain't a good person. He ain't even came good stock, honey. Did y'all ever see his parents? They look a little weird. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk ill of the dead, but they look weird. They look weird as fudge. But I don't know, y'all. I'm not inside internally again because I'm always just really trying to do a self check on where I am mental health wise. Like right now, I still feel hopeful. Like I a couple of months ago, I was like, yeah, the mustard seed of faith is just a molecule right now. And I actually told one of my employees, I said, it's back a mustard seed. Like I believe, I believe one way, like it's gonna work out one way or another. And I'm hoping that the more things come to light, that we'll get some more bravery and some more cojones to be like, y'all need to go back to that island, and we need to blow up that island. Just y'all like, and divvy up the funds and put it back into the government. But that's just joking for entertainment purposes. No homicidal tendencies. I'm just over it. I'm over I'm over it. I'm over like the obvious deviancy of American billionaires, and not really just American, but the deviancy that patriarchy, white supremacy, capitalism has created, where you trading bitches like Pokemon cards. Like what? Like, and denying it. You have Pam Bondi ass. Pam Bondi, golly, triple O, triple O right there. Triple O. I wanted to say 007, but I couldn't really think of a funny thing. But Pam Bondi, honey, they were talking about how it's crazy that a lot of these women, especially these white women, who've been propping up and anyway, propping up white supremacy and patriarchy, are the only ones taking the fall for the bullshit. Like GM, she only went to jail. Cause like some people are just like, oh, I hope. Cause like they're actually saying that today something was supposed to happen. I knew it was gonna happen. Everybody would keep like, oh, I cannot wait till the Orange Julius is done. But I don't believe. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want justice. I was gonna say this on one of my TikToks, but honestly, we do not need the death of that because it's just gonna be another way to martyr them, especially for the right. They're gonna go on, and that's probably gonna trigger a whole bunch. I watched the movies, y'all. We made movies about this, so why are we fucking like not like? Where's the rebel rousers? Where's like when are we really going to like stop? Obama said yes, there's aliens, and I was like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. Like duh. When we gonna be able to afford groceries like that? Like, when are we going to be able to? Where I am a entry level manager, I make great money. If I was back in 2016, I'm blessed. Don't get me wrong. I love my job. I actually really do love my job. I went to work, got some FaceTime with my people, and it helps to understand the method of the madness because the industry that I work in is just real weird. Like it's real weird. It just doesn't make no sense. But I really enjoy trying to make sense of crazy stuff, I guess. So that's why I talk on this podcast, to make sense of the crazy world that we live in. But I just really, cause thing is like in my head, this is how I see it happening. Like we're not really starting off the rise and the everything's because we're trying to make sure that Orange Julius doesn't do the Insurrection Act, which will keep him in office longer. He's waiting. He's trying to push our buttons. Just trying to push no button. Come on. Come on, cause he's waiting, honey. And the creators of Project 2025 are waiting. Project 2026 waiting. Esther Plan, Esther Project. All these tyrannical, disgustingly inhumane things to bring America back into a state where white male is at the top. But what's the thing is, like, most white men ain't happy where they are anyway. And it's just another trick, honey. It's another scheme that Todd set up to bamboozle you to think that it's gonna be better now. Like, is it? Like, I be on TikTok, of course, watching like people like, why do you support Trump? And a lot of these people are just ill educated, which again could be another scheme that Todd set up, because think about the No Child Left Behind. They don't even teach, I don't even think they teach social studies like they used to. Like, I distinctly remember being taught social studies and taught why World War II started and why the Civil War started. And actually, my teacher was a great teacher, Mr. Walsh. He was old then, and he's probably long gone, probably on the ancestral plane, kicking it somewhere. He was the first one. His class, I was the first time I realized that Abraham Lincoln wasn't the hero that we thought. And that was like my first time really breaking down the wall of revisionist history, even though I didn't know that term yet. That he didn't free the slaves just because it was wrong, you know. His altruism didn't go that far. And so, America, do we have altruism? You know, we just do it. We do it for the money. It's a business. And I'm just like, y'all, like, the fact that Tesla CEO has more money that he wouldn't be able to spend in 230 years makes sense to y'all? And he don't pay taxes. Sorry, I just got mad. They don't pay taxes. I pay more taxes than Amazon, Tesla, anybody, and that's crazy. So you have the 99% paying higher and higher taxes, where the 1% ain't paying nothing, honey, and they make billions, trillions, billions. And the fact that homelessness could have been resolved with the 40, like, they spent $40 billion, sent that over to Venezuela, and they spending all this money for ICE, and it just takes like 15-20 billion dollars to actually solve homelessness. I'm just like, why can't we just do that? Like, y'all will still be rich. That's my thing. Like, y'all will still be rich. It's just more people. I just don't get it. I don't get under. I don't man, um, think in a malevolent way. Like, I don't understand the end game. Like, in my head. Okay, so this is really what I think. I think this is just another way, because evangelicalism, and I'm jumping all over the place, but y'all know it's cosines and tangents for a reason, right? Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But evangelical Christians, Christian nationals, they, honey, they be pushing slave mentalities, but they put it under the guise of Christianity real hard, and you brainwash a whole bunch of people to believe that, yeah, you're doing this for Jesus, but they up here, the pastors up here raping children and kids and women and men and stealing money from the pulpits, and just like, where Jesus at? Because I need him to flip all y'all tables up. Like, flip it. It's just disappointing. And I love a cult documentary. And I love cult documentaries about religion, because that's, of course it's religion, but how people have used Christianity and whatever deviations of Christianity, and they create just people working for free, because you're getting the glory of the Lord. The Lord don't want you to work to the bone for free. While this church is making millions, mega churches making millions. Reminds me of Hillsong. The Duggar Church, man, that shit, because they actually, because they're a fundamentalist Christian organization, they they literally be trying to groom their people to take over governments. I think that I don't know if I remember him, and I'm not gonna remember his name. Ashley something. He was in a wheelchair. He was actually part of those evangelicals who was trying to take government. And he got there, but he was a little bit of a that boy liked to dress and drag in his wheelchair. I was like, okay. It reminded me of the doctor from great the doctor from oh God, Rocky Horror Picture Show. And like at one point, I don't know if you've seen it, but at one point the doctor is in a wheelchair and then he's dressed in like a lingerie, and it kind of reminded me of that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but yeah, like this shit's by design, honey, and we have to break these molds. And I don't know how to. I just know it needs to be broken. I know definitely we're doing good by organizing, boycotting, boycotting Target. We need to boycott all these niggas though. Really, we need to boycott all of them. And I'm just like, man, pity the fool that didn't start that garden. I wish I would have started that garden like I was supposed to. I kept playing. I'm like, we gonna get it together. We cannot succumb to domestic terrorism from our government. We did. Y'all only woke up when they started killing white folks, and we tried to tell y'all like if y'all would have helped us reform the police, defund the police, really like took police brutality seriously, maybe we honestly, if y'all motherfuckers would have just voted for Kamala, we wouldn't be doing this. Do you think she would have been? She ain't in the Epstein files now. She ain't. She ain't gonna be in Epstein files later. And y'all really think it would have been worse? Now y'all like, oh no, I don't have Medicare and food stamps, nothing. And we told y'all, you know. Oh God, I guess that's all the rant I got for myself right now. I have television to watch. I have feet to rub together. I have doom scrolling to do. But I really want to read a book. I've been reading a little bit more. I'm listening to an audiobook, a little smut. A little smut. I'm not really full of. I don't really love the smut because they be getting dark. Even though I'm not too opposed to it, but I'm not. It's just when you're reading it, it's just kind of like I kind of want to know how this story is going to wrap up, honestly. Like, I love a good story. I love a good plot. So I'm just like listening to it, the audiobook on this one. And I'm just like, sex is great. Just love hearing the schmut. But why is these demons after y'all? Can we get to that point? I don't need to spend this long on on all this BDSM, honey. I'm just like, all right, cool. But I don't judge anybody. As long as you're, again, consenting adults. Honestly, I really think after this whole trial and situation, we need to raise the age of consent to 20. Because if you got teen in your age, you still a teen, baby. I don't care. Age of consent for relationalness should be 20. Technically, yeah, it should be 20. Just because it's gross. I feel like the people who were like, fine, okay, I can't fuck a 16-year-old. Let me just go ahead and just leave 18. They go to war. They're legally adults when they can go to war. So they be like, fine, okay, we'll compromise. And then in the back of their head, it's like, God dang it, I wanted mine. Sad. It's sad. And people were like, a lot of white women pointed this out because there's not a lot of black women in Epstein files because, like they said, black women weren't welcome onto the island because we talk too much and we ain't going for that. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some black women who have been There's some black women who have definitely been predators because we're all raised and created and nurtured under a system that perpetuates grooming, perpetuates um a harassment. Again, they did it to blacks. They did it to y'all. They do it to y'all. And what's crazy, like y'all just don't realize they do it to you guys under the guise of Christianity. And you're like, this man is close to God. I was like, he ain't. He ain't though. He's not Lord. Because if that's the God that we're serving, a God of PDFs and EpiPens, then we're gonna have to start rethinking the Savior, you know? Like, and I don't know for a fact, but I know that the universe, the world is a lot better than these people. A lot better than these people, for sure. Um, 10-year-old girl corrected her teacher on a test question about slavery. My 10-year-old wasn't having it. She said, "What's the what increased the need for slaves? The invention of the cotton gin. Increased the need for slaves. Those people did not need slaves." I was like, "You better go, little girl." Y'all can't see it, but that's what I'm talking about. Raising stronger, better, more. Sierra crawling on the car doing Luke as well. Is Black History. Um, yeah, that's all I got in me, y'all. It's gonna be, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, honey. And take care of yourselves. Take care of your mental health. And if no one has told you today, you're loved. You're wonderful. You're beautiful. You're smart. You're funny. You're kind. And you is important. And keep boycotting Target. Keep boycotting all these motherfuckers that believe that um, Andrew Dice Clay is supposed to be, what they're doing. Because it's not. It's sick, sad, depraved energy. And we should be better than this. I think we are. But there's people who want power more than just being okay with having a good purpose in life. But we also was groomed again to really want that, like climb up the corporate ladder, make money no matter what. And yeah, it's really hard. But yeah, I love y'all. That's all I got for you. I ain't got it. I ain't got it. Do it for the vine. I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the vine. I ain't gonna do it. Y'all have a good night. And yeah, just have a good night. I love y'all. Bye bye.